it, Diane Mourglia-Swerdlow, with another edition of Healthy Living for Expansions.com. Tonight we are going to make cubed steak with onion and mushroom gravy. So this is another excellent hearty dinner on a cold, wintry Michigan night. So we're going to start here with the frying pan, which already has some olive oil in it. I'm going to just turn it on high. And here we have 2 cube steaks. And all this is non-GMO beef actually, and it's just a tougher cut of meat which has been rubbed through a cuber, which tenderizes it. So this is going to go directly into the frying pan. And we're just going to let it fry up a little bit. Okay, you can see it's starting to do a good job cooking. You can see the meat juices. That's what we're going to be using for our gravy. And you just want to make sure that you get it cooked to the degree that you like it. We usually cook it pretty thoroughly here. So it's going to probably take, maybe 10-12 minutes or so to get everything done. And then we're going to use those meat juices for our gravy in just a few minutes. So I'm going to check the steak to see if it's done. And it looks like it's done where I like it. So I'm going to put a little bit of organic pepper on it, and a little bit of sea salt. Transfer that over to the serving plate. And then you can see we have some of the nice juices left here. This is going to be the base for our gravy. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter. And that's going to be our fat. And let that melt down, and I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, about a half a teaspoon pepper, and about a half a teaspoon of sea salt, and some, my favorite, granulated white onion. Put in a teaspoon of that or so. And then you start mushing this around. And then for a thickener, I use my organic buckwheat. Remember that I run through my grinder. And remember, buckwheat is an herb, not a flour, but this works. You can use any other flour that you want. So I have 2 tablespoons here, but I think probably about 1 tablespoon is going to be enough for the amount. And you can see how everything kind of gets all thick together. And now, this is where you can make some choices depending upon what you want. I'm going to add some steam distilled water, but you could also add a little bit of white wine. You could add red wine, and that will give your gravy a really nice flavor if you want that. I'm going to get that nice and thick. And then I'm going to add some. I've already got a little bit of cooked onion and garlic in here. So you can put that. You can also cook that at the same time that you cook your steak. And I have a few mushrooms that I'm going to put in. I'll let those cook. Those haven't cooked yet. And I like it a little bit thinner, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the water, but you can see how nice and thick that gets. It doesn't take long for the mushrooms. So you have a nice gravy for your meat. It's very easy to do. Again, depending on how thick you want it. And get your mushrooms in there. And I'm going to cut them up a little bit so there's more mushroom more bites of mushroom. You can do whatever you like. But it just takes a few minutes for the mushrooms to soften up. Or you can pre-saute them. And again, you can add whatever you want. Add additional vegetables. Back to this one. See how it keeps thickening up. Again, depends on how thick you like your gravy. I am going to add a few of organic peas. Turn my heat down. I'm going to put them in frozen, and all I'm going to do is just kind of stir them around a little bit, because that will unthaw them and keep them nice and plump. Good green color. If you cook peas too long, you know, they do turn dark, which, you know, sometimes that happens if you have to reheat, but if you can do it fresh, it's always better. And then, when everything is to the consistency you like, you're just going to pour it over your cube steak. And again, it's a nice, hearty winter meal that is easy to do, and it's nice and nutritious, and it makes a nice presentation for those of you who like nice meat and gravy on a cold winter night like we have here in Michigan. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Another edition of Healthy Living, Janet Swerdlow for expansions.com. Bye-bye.